Here's a quick video to show the Banner GPS receiver tied to a Unitronics PLC through the RS-45 port. Um, so first we'll take a little quick look at the device itself and how it's tied into the PLC. So here's the actual unit, some indication lights on it. Go over those in a second. And here is how it is. There's the packaging it comes in. And here's how it's tied into the Unitronics PLC. So this is a USC B10 TR22 standalone PLC. This is my connection to the laptop we'll look at in a moment. And this is an optional RS-45 UAC-CB01 RS4 module that snaps to the side of this PLC. So communication modules snap on to this side, and other I/O, if required, can snap on over here. So if there were other modules, they would go on over here, I/O modules. And here's the wiring for the RS-45. So first I'll show you what you can expect to see on the PLC. We have this Unitronics PLCs have a VNC function, so it will display whatever your normal HMI screens would be. In this case, there's not an HMI screen, it's just the virtual. So here's the VNC, and here are the latitude and longitude readings from the GPS device, as well as altitude, the clock. It will also tell you these are status of how many satellites it's picking up. So if there is a satellite fix, tell you if there's a 0 is here, you wouldn't be communicating with satellites. 1 is a GPS fix, and if this were outdoors, we'd be getting a GPS fix. We'd have a 2 there, um, and this also would indicate a number that you have the DGPS. It's the more accurate satellite location. But since we're indoors, I'm not picking up that many. I'm picking up 8 satellites at this point. Real quick to go into the configuration. This is the Unilogic software for the configuration software, the PLC. So there's not much to the ladder program in here. Let's see. So you have ladder functions and HMI functions, and this, since it's just virtual, this would be the screen set up for the that we saw on the VNC, and these would be the functions in the ladder or function blocks, and you can also do structured text with the Unilogic. Take a little quick look at what we did here. Have a frequency system tag every 1 second. It closes to bring in the raw data. Uh, this is 32-bit floating point value from the GPS module. We bring it in as a unsigned 32-bit integer to do a little data manipulation to it. We swap words to get them in the correct order. So it'll display, so word swap. These are settings you would need in the Unitronics. And then we copy these into a buffer so that we can reassemble them in the correct order into a tag. So these copy them into the buffer, and this copies what's in the buffer, and we into the tag in the correct order. So did the same thing for longitude as well as latitude. And that's really the code there is to it. The other things that you would have to set up in the Unitronics would be the RS-45 port. So in this case, since it's an add-on, if the PLC if it were built into it, some models have the RS-45 built into it. This one we added the module. So these Unicom modules or UNIO, and then you click this to configure it, and then the settings for RS-45 are accessed over here. So from the data sheet that came with the GPS module, these are the settings I need to change it to. And the last thing you have to do to VNC is you have to go down here to Password Manager and enable VNC. So Typically, you want to put this in with a password. In this case, just for training, I have no password. It usually gives you a warning as well that there's no password, and they strongly recommend using the password. I can look down here to see when you do create, when you add this module, it does. See here, it does show you the I/O, the normal onboard I/O, and then it shows you the I/O that you added to. In this case, would be the RS-45 COM module, and it creates these tags, automatically creates these tags when you add the module and put it in your configuration. That's a quick rundown. Now this same GPS module could uh, talk to anybody's PLC. It's Modbus over serial, and